Greetings. This is the Grumpy Old Slan, and today I'm gonna just finish up rolling up my Gamma World characters for the game I'll be running at Clericon. Essentially, I have 5 more characters I would like to create, and we're going to be doing that right now. So, as a quick reminder for those not too familiar, the way to create the characters is to roll up. Uh, sorry, roll up 4d6 and take the three best, um, the three highest numbers to determine the 6 attributes of your character. This is for humanoids or mutated humans, which is what we're rolling up today. If we were to roll up a pure strain human, they would get charisma and constitution. They would get to keep the total result of all 4 dice, though there is a limit of 21 on those. Mm. Um, without any further ado, I'm going to start rolling as soon as I've opened up my, um, yeah, as soon as I open up, got my dice in my hands. So let's start. And this will be this is a 10 for mental strength. This is a humanoid. Uh, This is going to be 11 for intelligence. Another 11 for dexterity this time. It's going to be a 12 for physical strength. Okay, and 11 and 3 is 14 for charisma. And finally, 10 for Constitution. Constitution also determines your hit dice, so I have to roll 10d6. I'm going to start doing them 4 at a time. So that's 10 and 2 is 12. 12, 16, 18, 23. And we'll roll 2 more dice. 23. 23 and 10 is 33 hit points. Armor class will be 9 since the character is equipped with a shield. The rear armor class and unarmored armor class will both be 10. And now we get to roll the d4 for the physical mutations. And that's 4 of them. And another d4 for the mental mutation, and that's 3 of them. So that's quite a few. Let me get the percentile die. Where are they? Here? And let's see what mutations we get. Um, so 23, and we have to add the Constitution, giving us a 33. Uh, this is a defective mutation called narcolepsy. And let me find the description of it. Apologies again. Yeah, the character has a 2% chance of falling into a deep sleep for 60-10 minutes in stress situation as defined by the DM. So that's something I'm going to have to make sure to remember to use at some point. Okay, let us roll for the next mutation. And this is a 63 plus 10 is 73. 73, let me just scroll down quickly, is physical reflection. Physical reflection. Let's find that description. Physical reflection. Character's skin reflects even the most intense forms of energy away in a random direction. Reflection works for only one form of energy. Roll a d4. The type listed below is reflected. So let me roll a d4. And that's a 2. So electromagnetic, including light and lasers. Uh, Let me just. So the character's skin reflects even the most intense forms of electromagnetic energy, including light and lasers. So this could be useful in certain situations. And let us roll our next. And this is a 46 plus 10 is 56. 56 is a modified body part. And greeting Mar Harkman. I don't know if we'll have tomato people today. Um, I am hoping we'll have something interesting. We do have a modified body part, so we get to pick the body part if my memory serves. What did it say? Yeah. Modified. Yeah. One of the character's appendages or organs, the GM's choice of which grows or shrinks, becomes stronger or weaker, or generally benefits from a major modification chosen by the player. So I don't know if we have anything. Do you have an idea there, Mar Hawkman? I'm thinking, so this character is not very strong. It might be interesting to give him perhaps longer legs so his movement speed is increased. That could help. Hmm. I'm not sure if I don't know if you have any suggestions, but that's what I think I will go with. Um, uh, Elongated legs, speed increased by 50%. I think that's a reasonable speed increase. Um, which means you can certainly move around a lot faster than most other creatures and people. And we have a fourth physical mutation. This is 75. 75 is a skeletal enhancement. Let's see what that says. Where's the description for this? Skeleton enhancement. The character's body structure is stronger than average, and he takes only half damage from physical blows. He also increases the damage he does with swords, maces, spears, and similar weapons by 2d6. Okay, so that's pretty good. So let me just copy this. Half damage. And he certainly will be very Yeah. I mean, increasing the damage you do by 2d6 is pretty serious because a sword is 1d8, a mace is 1d6, and a spear is 1d6. So I will rule that this is not for missile weapons, strictly when the weapon is used um, in hand-to-hand combat. And we will now roll the mental mutations. Mental mutations, 52. The mental strength is also 10, like Constitution. So that is a 62. 62 for mental mutation is fear generation. I have too many windows open. Where is fear generation? Here it is. The character may instill fear in one chosen target within range. If successful, target will spend the next minute fleeing. If unable to flee, the target falls unconscious for 1d20 minutes. Uh, range is 60 meter. Range 60 meters. Uh, so that's another pretty powerful. This could be a pretty powerful character. I thought at first only average stats and not a lot of hit points, but this guy could be interesting. This one rolled way off. Okay. Ooh, 007. That will be 0017. Yeah, well, no, stats aren't everything, but Constitution particularly has a huge effect when generating your character. And 17 is periodic amnesia. So a couple of defects, and that's going to offset the advantages given by the other mutations. Let me find where is periodic amnesia. Yeah. Character has a 10% chance of suffering a loss of memory. If he loses more than one half his hit point score, he will be permanently unable to remember the preceding 14 days. That seems pretty specific, 14 days. I'd be more inclined to have it rolled up, so a random number of days. I will say 2 to 12 days. So we just roll a dice and determine how um, how many days he's forgotten. Um, and finally, and that is 67 plus 10 is 77. 77 is levitation. Where's that description here? The character can levitate himself or person or object up to twice his own mass that is within 60 meters. Okay. Range 60 meters and duration 10 minutes. So there's a 10-minute time limit, which seems reasonable. You could do quite a bit. Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, yeah, we don't need to say twice his own mass. Yeah, and it's straight up into the air. So just like the levitation spell. Okay. and the target will sink slowly back down after, and it is a mental attack if someone doesn't want to be lifted. Okay, so this will be our first of 5 characters we're creating today. And the second one, I've already put in what they're equipped with, which is a spear, a sling, a dagger, and a shield. And we will now roll the stats for the next character. This one will have 13 mental strength, 11 intelligence. Uh, oh, that's pretty good. That's a 17 for dexterity. That gives you a +2, if I recall. I'm gonna have to check what the bonus is for dexterity, but 10 in physical strength and 10 for charisma. And then finally, oof, only 8 for constitution, give him only 8 hit dice. So let's roll those hit points. That'll be 8, 9, 13, 13, and 14, 20, 29 hit points. I believe it is +3 for dex. I will assume that's what it is and put those down. We can now roll for the mutations. Number of physical mutations is 4, and number of mental mutations is 1. Rolling up those percentile. Oh, wait, that's a D8. There's, so that's 40 plus 8 constitution is 48. Uh, this gives us a heightened physical attribute. Let's find that description. The character has heightened capabilities in one of 3 possible areas. Roll a d4 to determine which attribute benefits. So here's a d4. Heightened strength. The character's PS is increased by 1d6. So let us roll a d6. And that's a 5. So the physical strength now is 15. I believe that gives them a +1 bonus here. Dex will be +6. I'm not sure what the 6 is doing there. So that's pretty good. He can lift 6 times. His physical strength and can carry 4 times his physical strength while marching without being heavily burdened. Character can lift 6 times his PS and carry 4 times his PS while marching without being heavily burdened. So that's another pyramid. Yeah, well, actually, attributes can go up to 21 under some circumstances. So in this case, like had it been his dexterity being heightened, it would have gone up to 21. Um, all right, let us roll the next one. And that's a 15 plus 8 is 23. That's a fairly low. And it is a defective mutation called fat cell accumulation. Let me see, where is it? Yeah. The character is 150% of normal size due to fatty tissue accumulation. The character's speed is 3/4 of normal. So there we go. So 3/4 of normal, 3/4 of 12 is 9, and action turn is 13.5 meters. Um, so he's really strong, but he's also a big guy. Um, all right. Next is, where's that chart? Let's roll another one up. And that's 57 plus 8 is 65. The character has quills or spines. Let's see what the description says. Characters' arms, legs, and torsos are covered with spines or quills, GM's choice, to a maximum of 4d4 spines or 10d10 quills. Quills, but not spines, can be thrown up to 15 meters. Spines do their damage when they are brushed against. Lost spines or quills grow back in 72 hours. Interesting. Uh, yeah, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. But that's the 50 being 25% slower can have a pretty big impact potentially on in combat and other situation, and certainly travel will be slowed for everyone. Um, shall we roll a d6 to see if it's quills or spine? 1, 2, 3 is going to be quills. 4, 5, 6 is going to be spines, and it is going to be spines. Um, Now let's check this description again. Quills or spines. Yeah, uh, yeah, I said spines. So yeah, 4d10 spines. So let's find the D. I'm going to roll the percentile dice and treat them as units just for the purposes of finding how many spines the character will have. So that will be 2 and 8 is 10, 3 and 6 is 9. So 19. What they don't determine here is what they don't state here, I should say, is what the damage is for these. Um, so basically, since they're spines, there's going to be a chance anyone who attacks the character with bare hands or um, trying to bite or something has a chance of getting a quill, sorry, a spine stuck in them. Um, I'll assume that these are like porcupine spines that really get stuck in you and fall off the animal because they talk about it regrowing. Um, Let me just copy that descriptive text. Covered with spines. Uh, uh, okay. They can't be thrown, so that entire thing. Spines do their damage when they're brushed against. Okay, let's see. And let's just make it clear. 19 spines. Lost spines grow back in 72 hours. And we have a fourth physical mutation, and that's going to be a 28. 28 is a vision defect. I suspect this character will need glasses. Yeah, character has one of 4 vision defects. Roll a d4. And that's a 4. He has, yeah, character has tunnel vision. So let's, he has very little peripheral vision and is surprised on a 1, 2, or 3 if alone. That's kind of interesting in a way. Let's see what it says. Character has very little peripheral vision and is surprised on 1 to 3 if alone. Others add 1 to their die roll when trying to hit him in physical combat since he has trouble seeing to dodge their blows. Okay. Um, Good thing he has a high dex. Because though this offsets uh, to their to hit die rolls. Okay. So those are the physical mutations. Let's see what we have for a mental mutation now. And we have a 42 plus a 13, that is 55. And the mental mutation at 55 is mental control of the body. Uh, Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea. I never think of that. I tend to take whatever die, divide by um, high low. Um, but yeah, odd even does work as long as you don't have an odd number of sides to your die, and the standard dies all have even numbers, so that makes sense. Let me find mental control of body. The character's body can override physical pain and alter itself internally to halt blood loss in combat, heat, and cold. That kind of sounds familiar because I think somebody had it. Let me see. Duration 1d10 minutes. Use once per week. So it is a bit of a taxing power to use. So you can see here that when using this power, physical strength and dexterity are both increased by 3 to a maximum of 21. So Seymour Hawkman, um, this is one situation where this character's dex would become 20, um, certainly offsetting his vision, the armor class effect on his vision defect. Um, Actually, I'm wrong. It should still be 6 armor class and 7, since it's only with physical uh, combat, so not missiles. I guess if it's from far enough away, he has time to see it and dodge. Okay, so that's a second character done. Let's close this one and start the next one. Where are my D6? And that's going to be 9 mental strength, 11 intelligence, 9 dexterity, 13 physical strength. All right, enjoy your game. And that will be a 17 charisma. That'd be good if the party has no pure-strain humans. And the 11, 15 constitution. Well, so that we need to roll 15d6 for the hit points, since the hit dice is 15. And this will be 7, 12, 15. 15 and 15 and 12 is 27, 28, 33, 33 and 35, 40, 48. And we'll only roll 3 more. 48, 50, 57. So that's pretty good. Solid character there. Um, Next does not give bonuses, so the rear and unarmored armor class will be 10. 9 for the regular armor class, and oh no, I forgot. We got to roll how many mutations. That's 3 physical. Oop, and 2 mental mutations. So first physical mutation. Ouch. Constitution 15, so that's a 16. 16. Where's my window? Where's that table? Uh, ooh, we have an insane insanity. Let's see what the description says. Where is the description? Yeah, the character has tumor-like gland in brain that causes bouts of irrational behavior, but simulates heightened mental functioning. If a character's intelligence and mental strength are less than 21, they are increased to 21. In addition, there's a 1% chance that the character will engage in irrational acts when subjected to stress, especially surprise attacks. When the character acts irrationally, roll a d6 and apply the result below. So I'll have to make sure to keep that little chart handy. But let us see. I'm just going to just quickly, actually, yeah. So we have 21 mental strength and 21 intelligence. Like, I'm not sure how this is a defect, but I'd be willing to live with some of what they. Okay, what's happening here? Copy this again. Oh, that's okay. Okay. And I'll have the chart handy at the game. Yeah. So I will point out that also a character won't distinguish friend from foe, and only physical force will deter him from irrational behavior. It's a pretty long description. I'll have to see what other mutations we roll up. And that's a 67 plus 15 is so an 82. 82 is, let's see, radiation eyes. Yeah, this is one I think of the, yeah, radiation eyes. Character emits a blast of intensity level 3d6 radiation from his eyes whenever he desires. So that's a, I'm just going to say at will, since it is slightly shorter. Uh, the range is 15 meters. Um, and it is used once per minute. Okay. And we can now roll 78 plus 15 is 8393. 93 is energy metamorphosis. I don't remember what it does at all. Uh, this mutation is dormant unless the character also has absorption, which he doesn't. However, what you do is absorb. Characters who are humanoids, um, when exposed to radiation, have a chance of getting a mutation. So if the character was to get another mutation and get absorption, they would then be able to use it. But yeah, if they have both, they can convert electricity, light, heat, microwaves, and or radiation into energy that automatically heals damage equal to that which would have been inflicted by an attack of that intensity and type. Excess energy that can't be used to heal the character is redirected at any enemy within 3 meters of him or dissipates into the air. Character's choice. Anyone at whom the character redirects this energy suffers an attack as if he were attacked by the original energy source. Only energy that comes in direct contact with the character may be used this way. And absorption will absorb one of 6 different types of um, damage. So cold, heat, light, electricity, radiation, or sound, which is the sonic blast that some creatures have. I'm not going to put the description here because unless it becomes non-dormant, it's kind of uh, not useful. But there you go, and we will now roll for the one mental mutation, which is going to be 10 plus 21. Mental strength is 31, and 31 is time suspension. And what time suspension will do is, hello, Where are you? Time suspension. Uh, what's the effect is that life leech, the debt field generation, planar travel, molecular destruction, and magnetic control won't work in range of the character. Electrical generation, hands of power, and radiation eyes have no effect on him. So that's pretty good. Um, it's interesting that now this character is actually immune to something he has, which is radiation eyes. And the range is 15 meters, and it's constant. So this is uh, so constant mutations are always in effect. A lot of them you don't need to specify, but in this case, I believe you should. So that means there's a whole bunch of stuff that never work uh, within 15 meters of the character. That's pretty useful. And let's see, save and roll up the stats for another one. And that will be a 12 of mental strength for this humanoid. It will be, that was a 4, that's 16 for the intelligence. So we have a pretty bright fellow. Uh, 10 for dexterity, 13 for physical strength, uh, 15 for charisma. It's a lot of people who are charismatic in this group. Oh my God, only 5 for the Constitution. That'll be interesting to play. Uh, so we have 10, 15 hit points, and let's just roll another one. 16 hit points. Clearly not a very, clearly not a tank here. Let's see what the physical mutations is 3 and 2 mental mutations. So hopefully these will offset those very low hit points. And we have a 70 plus 5 is 75. Oh, it's the skeletal enhancement, so that'll help. Um, Let me recopy that. Okay, character's body structure is stronger than average, and takes only half damage per attack. I'm gonna remove the part about uh, having partial or total carapace. If we do get that mutation, I will add it back in. Okay. Okay. Next one will be 11 plus 5 is 16. Low ones usually are defects. And 16 is insanity. And I don't want two characters, too many duplicates. That's like too much for me. So let's go with 93. 93 is the energy metamorphosis. Energy metamorphosis. Again. Okay, we're rolling 64. 64 is regeneration. Oh, that's going to help for the low hit points, I believe. Yeah, a character can instantly heal 1 point of damage for each 5 kilograms of body weight, weight being equal to roughly 7 times physical strength in kilograms for this purpose. Okay, so, well, that's going to be, oh, you can only use it once every 12 hours. Uh, but it is, yeah, so that will help offset the very low hit points. We have a third mutation to roll for. 85 and 5 is 90. 90 is infravision. So basically we have, I mean, yeah, range 60 meters. Characters can see any heat-producing body regardless of normal visibility conditions. Um, Intense blasts of heat at close range, such as laser blasts. Oops, sorry. Laser blasts, explosions, raging fires, etc., cause 1d4 minutes of blindness. Sunlight causes pain and confusion. I'm just going to say blasts. Okay, so yeah, you're kind of like a drow there. Let us roll for the mental mutations. And that is a 34. Mental strength is 12, so that is 46. 46, 46 is Mental Blast, the ever popular Mental Blast. Yeah. Character may direct a blast of psychic energy at a target in a range, causing mental damage. Character in range, causing mental damage. Range is 15 meters. It can be used once every 30 seconds. So every uh, and we might as well running in 3d6 mental damage. Use once every 30 seconds. And that's 5 action. Yeah, I'll put 5 action turns. So you can't use it all the time. Every 5 action turns. And one last mutation. 11 plus 12 is 23. 23 is confusion. And what is confusion? It's not flagged as a defect. Ah, the character causes confusion. Character can cause confusion and disorientation in others, making them engage in bizarre and unpredictable actions. Roll 1d4. On a 1, the victim stands mute, doing nothing. On a 2 or 3, he single-mindedly attacks the nearest person, I would guess. the nearest moving thing. On a 4, he attacks the character using this mutation. So there's a risk to using this. The effects last 30 seconds. Yeah, 3 action turns. Oh yeah, I've got it wrong. I keep thinking it's 6 seconds per action turn because like a segment in AD&D, but it is 10 seconds per action turn. So I fixed the use once every 3 action turns for the mental blast. And this is it for this character. Armor class will be, okay, this is a +2, +1. Armor class will be 9. And that's one more character done, and we have one left. How long have I been doing this? This has been almost an hour, so yeah, that's pretty good. We'll do another humanoid. They're all, and let's start with the attributes as always. We have 12 for mental strength. We have 10 for intelligence. We have 14 for dexterity. That gives us a +1 for the range attack bonus. We have um, that was a 6. So we have 9 for physical strength. We have 13 charisma, so I think I forgot to I forget what the others are. But that's not a +1. I think it's the morale adjustment and reaction adjustments that are +1. We have 16 constitution, giving this character 16 hit die. So let's roll the hit points. This is 15. 15 and 10 is 25, and 7 is 32. 32, 35, 38, 42, 46, and 4 more. We said 48, 55, 58. So 58 hit points. We now get to roll for number of physical mutations is 3. Number of mental mutation is 3. So 3 of each. And the first one is going to be 69, and 16 is 75, 85. 85. I think we rolled an 85. No, we haven't. It is light generation. Light generation. Now, the character can generate a flash of light similar to that of a flash cube. You can really tell when this was written. But emanating from his own body. This flash has an immediate blinding effect on everyone present except the user. Okay. I'll remove the cube since that'll probably be more confusing than anything if well, I know I have at least one young player, so I'll assume he doesn't know what a flash cube is but he'll know what a flash is, I would assume. And the range is 15 meters. This is a very common range for a lot of things in Gamma World. And it can be used once per day. Use once per day. So you do want to make it count. The next mutation will be 63 and 73, 79, 79. Oh, character has wings. Let's see. Where is wings? Wings. The character's working wings carrying him through the air at 100 meters per action turns and at an altitude of 800 meters. Okay. Ah, so you can carry up to twice your physical strength, so 18 kilos while airborne. Those massing more than 60 kilos cannot fly but can make wing-assisted leaps of up to 30 meters. I usually rule most people will weigh less than that, unless they have some sort of mutation that would cause them to have an increased weight. 0, 6, and 16 is 22. 22 is a body structure change, which is a defect. Body structure change. Essential elements of the character's body are altered or eliminated. For example, the character's bones have lower calcium content, causing them to break or crack more easily. There's a 10% chance of a bone breaking when struck in combat. The skin might melt from prolonged contact with water. Other than that, in his own cells, causing him to lose 1% of body weight for each minute spent in a pool, and 1% for every 10 minutes spent exposed to rain. Or the character might be a complete albino with a 30% chance of suffering 1d4 damage per hour exposed to direct sunlight. The GM must determine specific effects in all cases. Um, so what I will do is the character has light generation and has wings. So clearly, what we could do is to not totally do is say that the body structure change means he does not have the hollow bones you would expect of a winged creature, weighs too much, and can only make wing-assisted leaps of up to 30 meters without damage, or he can, and the character can also make a controlled fall. I'm going to rule that that's what it is. I'm not feeling very creative for what else I could come up with, and I'd rather not use the effects in the books unless somebody thinks that's a good idea, in which case you can pipe up. Um, but yeah, so increase in body mass. Uh, Allow for a controlled fall and wing assisted leaps of up to 30 meters. Okay. And now we have three mental mutations to roll for. And that is 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 is beguiling. Uh, There's a great comic book shop in Toronto called The Beguiling, which I rarely get a chance to go to, but I always enjoy going there. My wallet enjoys it a little less, though. This mutation makes all characters within range use the least powerful of their weapons or powers when attacking the character who has it. every 60 seconds, each affected character gets one check versus 3 times their intelligence to determine if he or she is free of the beguiling. Once freed, the character will not be affected again by this mutation for 24 hours. Characters who free themselves may use any of their weapons or powers. Well, obviously. Range is 30 meters. Duration 60 seconds. Oh, I guess they say duration is 60 seconds because every 60 seconds you get to re-roll, but the use is constant. So there's no active, this is not an active mutation that you have to. Yeah, I think that last sentence is a bit redundant. And we can just remove for 24 hours. Okay, that's an interesting one. Let's see what else we have. And this is 87. 87 plus 12 is 99. 99 is usually pretty, I think that's a, yeah, you get to roll an extra mutation. So that means I roll again for this one and I roll in. So we're going to have 4 mutations in all. 41 and 12 is 53. 53 is the mental control of body. Uh, I'm going to try and edit this down. Uh, yeah. So I'm just going to say it's a check versus intelligence because I don't do the checks the way the game, the rules state. So I prefer to use a D6 dice pool. So probably four characters need to roll better than their intelligence on a 4d6 in order to succeed. Um, okay, mental control of body. We've seen it before. It allows us to heal and use uh, uh, strength and okay, the maximum 21 is not useful. Speed is doubled for and speed. And we don't need to say we have the duration already. Problem with these long descriptions is we don't Uh, we don't have the space, so I think I will remove this. We'll have it. I have a separate sheet I'm planning to print out with everyone's mutation and all the details from the book. So the player will have to consult that. We can remove the in addition, so it doesn't make much of a difference here. Oh well. Okay, let us roll for another mutation. And that is 65 plus 12 is 77. 77 is levitation. So we have another levitating, although with the wings, that could be interesting. So I think I'll keep it. Wings, levitation. I'm just going to get the beginning of the description. And we have a fourth one because we do. So 12 plus 12 is 24. And 24 is psychometry. Not sure what that does. Let's read it. Let's read it. Where is it? Psychometry. Character sees into the past of anything touched, understanding its working, purposes, origins, where it has been, and who has touched it in the last 50 years. The farther in the past an item originated, the sketchier will be the knowledge of those origins. The mutation affects only objects, including those that were once alive, not living entities. Characters add 5 to their die when figuring out artifacts. That is essentially the big one. Um, they'll have the full description, but you can only use once per week. And it's on one item. So yeah, I guess you want to decide what maybe try to, without use of your powers, people try to figure out old artifacts. And if something has failed, then, or if something seems particularly interesting, you want to avoid any negative purposes, you you use this power. That's an interesting one. I like it. And this is the last character I needed to roll up. What's left for me to do now is to print out all these character sheets to hand out to the players, print out the detailed descriptions of the mutations. I have to check out these last 5 characters, make sure I have their descriptions, have the descriptions all laid out, print that out, and bring it all to Clericon. Hope I'll see a bunch of you there, and it should be a fun time. Until then, this has been the Grumpy Old Slant, rolling up some characters for Gamma World, and I'll see you guys next time.